Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to another episode on the Annoy Dad channel. In today's episode, we are doing a bee update, a spring bee update. As you may know, bees are our main business plan thingy that we are going to be using to try to create money in this place. And you might see that I'm down in the yard at the farm and I'm not pointing at the bees, and you might be going, why? Well, the answer is quite simple, because at various locations around the farm, and I'm happy to show you this one, but I'm not happy to show you the other ones, I have placed up what are called bait hives. Now, you might not know what these are, or you might know exactly what these are. And, oh, hang on, I should have another step on my ladder. I do. There we go. Now I've got an extra step I can use. So, bait hives, what are they? Well, they make it sound like you're baiting to trap something. And they do call it trapping, but I don't like that word, because you're not trapping anything. You're just encouraging. So this is an old box. You can see it's old and broken. And if we move that and that, and you'll see it's got the frames in it, like you would expect when you open up a box. But the frames are empty. Nothing, 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 nothing again. And old comb. So what is this? What is going on? And why would I have something called a bait hive here? Put the lid back on. So the whole idea is, when bees swarm, whether if that be my bees from out of my hives, or whether if that be lots of bees going on here, or whether if that is from a natural hive, as in a wild hive, a hive that's like a colony of bees that's living in the wild. Because remember, prior to me buying this place, the guy who had it, he had his hives all down here, and they weren't looked after for about 5 years. And we opened them up, and they were nasty. They were horrible bees, but they would have swarmed, and their swarms would have gone somewhere. So when bees swarm, they go off and they will cluster up somewhere, say up in this hedge here, for example. And what they will do is they will send out bees, other bees, and they're called scout bees, and they will go off and they will look for places to live. They need to find ideal places. And there's this guy whose name escapes me just at the minute, in America, who wrote a book called Honeybee Democracy. And it's a fantastic book, and it's all about swarms and how they choose a new place to live. So you put up these swarm hives, and you do certain things like leaving old comb in that, in the hope that a scout bee is going to come along and it's going to find it, because we lace it up with a little bit of lemongrass oil, which gives it a good scent. It's going to fly in there, and it's going to bounce around the inside. It's going to say, hey, this is ideal, this is. And then it's going to go back, and it's going to go, oi, girls, listen to this. And it's going to tell them. And then the other bees are going to come over, and they're going to have a look, the other scout bees, and they're going to say, oh yeah, wow, this is fantastic. Let's all move in here. And then the swarm moves in. So you place those up to catch, to hopefully catch your own swarms, if you have a swarm that escapes, and you also place them up to try to catch wild swarms that might take place. And I've got a couple scattered about around the farm, and as I said, I live about 3 minutes away by car. It is just under 3 miles, but it's not too bad at all just to be able to whiz back. So see, there's the hives. We'll jump in there. It's all quiet just at the minute because it's still a little bit chilly. So I've got some set up here, I've got some set up at home, and the good thing is, around here you can see, if I just stand here, see we've got all the woodland there, and you've got woodland, and then it goes into like a semi-urban bit along the road, but it is just along the road. And then in behind that there's all of the farmland, and there's more areas of woodland. And then if you go just a little bit further, just about 1.5 miles away, you reach what's called the battleground, because we are on the outskirts of Battle, where they claim the Battle of Hastings happened. It didn't really happen there, but you know, that's where they claim it happened. And so that's all grassland and meadows and other stuff like that. As we pan round, just over here, you can't quite see it today because it's a little bit hazy, but that's the sea. And what you can't see, I'm not going to whiz back down there again anyway, but just at the end of the gate here, that goes into a field. That field is about 100 acres in size, roughly. And it's got oilseed rape in it this year. And we are on March the 20th today, and the bees are just starting to wake up. So it's a bit cold for them this morning. They're not really flying too much just now, but later on today they will be flying out, and I'll put a couple of pictures in of how they were flying the other day. So these guys are doing fantastically well. They have gone over the winter, they've survived perfectly, and they're just ready and raring to go. So they're just warming up for today. Not flying just yet, but they will be soon. You might notice that I've actually turned them over the period of 3 or 4 days. I just slowly turned them. They were facing east, no, west. Yeah, west. West is that way, yeah, west. They were facing west, but I've just turned them so as they're now facing south. And the main reason for that is because apparently that's better, but it also means that as the sun rises, because it's rising over there, it's going to warm up their entrances and get air flowing in there a little bit quicker, and it should warm them up a little bit earlier on in the day. But it also means I can lay things out slightly better around here. You can see what's going on. I did get some new bits of wood that come together, and you can see them down here, and I've just measured it up as a base. But the slight problem is that it's very, very close to the edge. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use them or if I'm going to get another bit of wood just to go across them like that, and then I might just use it just to build up a little bit and go from there. But yeah, we are pretty much ready to go this year with the bees. We've still got honey and wax left over from last year that we're going to start to try to make some of the cosmetics with, and we're going to try to get that licensed and all done properly so as it can all be sold alongside all of our other products and everything else. The field of OSR there, we are going to have to keep an eye on that, because once that starts flowing and the bees start bringing that in, you've got about a week to get it out once it's been capped, or else otherwise it's going to set like concrete and be an absolute nightmare to then deal with. But either way, it should all be fun. It should all be good fun. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. We will be doing updates like this throughout the year. Obviously my job as well, I am a professional pest controller, so this year I will be taking you out with the camera where I can to go out and see what the bees and the wasps are up to at the various places that we get called out to. So please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.